Hey everyone, welcome back to the Sunny Side. I'm Sunny, and this is an astrological reading for Elizabeth Holmes. There you go. At the end of this video, you should know a little bit. Anyways, whatever. Let's get on with it. For those who don't know, I'm a professional astrologer. I used to write horoscopes for some of the newspapers up in Canada. Now I'm writing horoscopes for you guys on YouTube. I also do a lot of private readings. If you want a private reading, hit the PayPal link in the description box below, and I'll message you and we'll set it up. In addition to that, there are a lot of live readings right here on the live stream. They're mini-astrology, mini-tarot readings. Just like this reading right here is a mini reading. Anyways, let's get on with it. If you want a mini reading, turn into one of the live streams. If you want a private reading, hit the PayPal link. And for those who don't know, these videos are often shot live. And right here, I might be, if I get distracted, it's because I'm talking to the SunnySiders as we cruise along. And they might have some questions as we do this. All right, good. Here we go. There's a lot of blah, blah. I hope everyone's having a super amazing day. So let's get down to it. So Elizabeth Holmes, what's the deal with her? So this is a girl, or this is a young woman who went out and she apparently, or she's been accused of lying to investors. All right, straight up. So these are things we're going to look for in her chart to see if it's there. We're going to look for, so she's accused of lying to investors. And that's what we're going to look for to see what's going on. Now, what do we look for with lying in a chart? Oh, we also want to know if she's going to go to jail. That's another thing. And so, but keep in mind the transit, as I am shooting this video and as we're going to look at her chart, Venus is retrograde. And you'll find that under Venus retrograde, people tend to capitulate under Venus retrograde. It means as the jury is sitting there, someone might feel very strongly about something and they'll say, yeah, this is it, this is this, it's it. And the other person might not agree with it, but they will Venus their energy together, which means flow and rapport, and they'll probably capitulate. So where you might have a hung jury, say Mars was involved, or Mars was retrograde instead of Venus, if Mars was there, people would be fighting, and you'd probably have a hung jury easy. But it's Venus that's involved right now, and with Venus involved, people will say, even if they don't agree with something, that's what's going on. It's Venus retrograde is very much, yeah, but. Yes, it's perfect, except for this. Now, yeah, but it's perfect except for this. And when we're under this transit, people tend to let it slide. Yeah, but it's not perfect. Yeah, but she is guilty. Yeah, she did do this. Yeah, she did. Then they're going to let it slide. And that's what tends to happen under Venus retrograde. Or, yeah, she's innocent, but, or, yeah, she's guilty, but. Okay, so that's what usually happens. Hey, Erica, what's up? I hope you're having a super Merry Christmas. All right, next. So we're going to look at her chart in 1 second, but I'm going to tell you guys, what are some signs of someone going to jail in an astrological chart? Oh, letting you guys know, furthermore, I don't have her birth time, so I put the sun on the ascendant so that it's easier for you guys to read the chart. Because it's easier for you guys to guesstimate houses and stuff like that. And so I put the sun on the ascendant. All right, here we go. Now, there are very clear signs of someone going to jail in astrology. And that tends to be movement restricted. So you're looking at either Saturn, Saturn maybe cruising around the 3rd house, Saturn. It's going to be something between the 3rd or the 12th house. And it's going to be Saturn, she's going to have Saturn or something like Saturn, or Saturn conjunct Mars in her chart. And when Saturn conjuncts Mars in a natal chart, there's always problems. So just a heads up. Everybody cool? All right, let's look at this girl's chart. Okay, check it out. So there's no birth time. And because there's no birth time, okay, and you don't have to do it the way I did it, but I like to put Saturn on the ascendant so that's easier for you guys to see, because then you'll say, oh, look, this is in the first. It's not technically in the first house because you don't know their ascendant, but when you do astrology, there are a number of different things you should look at. There are a number of different ascendants you should use in astrology. And on the sunny side, especially in quick mini readings like this one, if I don't have the birth time, I tend for you guys to put the sun there, and we do distance from the sun. It's not really a big deal, man. Okay, so here we go. So before we got into the chart here, before anything happens, what did we say we would see? We would see Mars conjunct Saturn right there in, of all places, Scorpio. Now, Mars conjunct Saturn in Scorpio. I'll tell you guys something right now that I say all the time. Her Mercury, all of this stuff right here, up until 13 degrees, right there. This stuff is in the 12th house from her sun right there. So she's a sneaky mofo. She is a sneaky mofo. Mercury in the 12th house, she talks to people behind the scenes. People gossip about her behind her back. Guys, they gossip about her behind her back. She's a very behind-the-scenes kind of thinker, behind-the-scenes operator. She communicates, believe it or not, her real intention, Mercury, her real intention is hidden from view. In addition to that, so that's Mercury back there. Next, in addition to Mercury back here, we have Saturn conjunct Mars, which loosely squares her sun. That is going to cause problems in life. It may cause her, it may sincerely cause her to go to jail. It's also in Scorpio. When we look at her transits in a minute, you will see that there are a lot of transits in the sky that are affecting her a lot right now. And I'll show you that in a sec. All right, next, let's get on with the reading here. So as we cruise along, when you have the moon this close to the sun, so to speak, like that, the moon in front of the sun, there's a high possibility she could make a lot of money. The moon in that position to the sun can make a lot of money. That person can be very popular. That person, they tend to be sneaky. And let me do this again. They can make a lot of money. They can make a lot of money based on their looks. People with the moon in front of their sun like that, they tend to be very popular with the opposite sex. They're extremely persuasive, and moon in the first house people are often models. In addition to moon to that, there's a strong possibility that she talks in the sleep. Her subconscious comes out. And so that's what's the deal. She talks in her sleep. She's able to blurt things out, but make no mistake, she is one sneaky person. Everything is behind the sun. She's sneaky. Except her moon, which is in front of the sun. She wants to be the center of attention. She wants to push her own face, her own agenda. You guys can imagine that this part of the chart here is her face. The first house is her face. There you go. The moon is there. She wants to push her own agenda. It's not really that complicated, man. So, all right, let's cruise along. No drama, a little bit of drama. Maybe she had problems at home when she was younger. Maybe she had problems at home. I don't know. I don't really know everything about Elizabeth Holmes. I don't research the people before I look at the chart because I don't want to be overly influenced. But maybe she had problems at home. I'm not saying that her parents were divorced or anything, but I'm saying something might have been where she comes from with her upbringing that she might keep private. It's a very sore spot for her. Maybe her mother was sick or something. I don't know. All right, cruising through. All right, let's see where let's move all the way around the chart up here. So this is the top of her chart. It doesn't really look like this, but up there is the top of the chart. And she has Mars, Saturn, and Pluto all at the top of the chart, in Scorpio no less. And I'll tell you guys something. Hey, Gabrielle. Super Merry Christmas. I'll tell you guys something. Mars and Scorpio are sneaky mofos. Mercury in the 12, Mercury behind the sun is a sneaky mofo. Mars in Scorpio is a sneaky mofo. It's also a sex freak. Sneaky mofo sex freak. Very behind the scenes, very private. With Pluto here, you're damned if you do, not damned if you do, damned if you don't. But with Pluto there, that close to everything, she is gonna be a very strong agent of change. Listen to my words. Not all of these, it depends on how you use all of this energy in your chart. An agent of change can be positive, or an agent of change can be very negative. Nevertheless, she's going to put a lot of energy out into the public. She's also going to come across as very mysterious. You guys got that? She's going to be very mysterious. All that energy in Scorpio. So her sun is in Aquarius. So she's going to appear very aloof. It's in Aquarius. She's going to be aloof. She's going to appear to have the answer to things. She's going to be very stubborn. She's very stubborn, very, very stubborn. And she's going to, gadgety, inventive. She's going to come across as an Aquarius, inventive, humanitarian. I want to save the world. I want to show everybody this new stuff. You guys tell me, I've said it a million times. Aquarians are gadgety. And I get so many comments. We're not gadgety, Sonny. We're not gadgety. Elizabeth Holmes is famous for pretending to invent a gadget, okay, that analyzes your blood. Aquarians are gadgety. All right, next. But I don't see anything that wrong with her. Although I do see there's a strong possibility she's got some difficult days ahead of her. All right, here we go. So, South Node, wherever the South Node is, there's going to be some problems in your chart. And her South Node is over here in a part of her chart with, it's her popularity and it's groups of people. And with Uranus here, she might appear inventive. Uranus is inventive, right? So she might inventive, revolutionary, explosive, cutting edge, scientific. These are all keywords for Uranus. And in this part of the chart here, that distance from the sun, it's actually, I drew the arrow that way to make it easier for you guys. It's actually like this. But when you do that, she's going to have unusual friends. She's going to have eccentric friends. She's going to call upon them for eccentric and unusual things. She's going to have revolutionary friends. They're going to be around her because she's visionary and pioneering. Unfortunately, she's 100% a crook. And that's the action. Next, what else is going on? Venus right here. Now, I don't know what her rising sign is, right? I don't have her time of birth. But it's pretty easy to say she makes a lot of money through, if you guys want to know if you want to make some money from your friends or your social network or social networking, this is textbook what it looks like. If we put the sun here and we say 13 degrees draws the line right here, 13 degrees. You guys are going to have to study with me if you want to know more about what I'm doing here. And then this area right here in like this, it's not art class. This area right in like that, she's going to be famous. She's going to be super famous. She makes money from her social networking, and she's out there doing her thing. Is there anything good that can come from any of this kind of stuff? Yeah, well, she could have been a teacher. She could have been a traveler. She could have been an investigator. She actually could have been a doctor if she wanted to be a doctor. More than that, she could have been a surgeon or a researcher. All right, very simple. Or she could have been a business person. Venus is in Capricorn. She could have made her money in business. She didn't have to be a BS and crook. But there you go. There you go. So that's her chart. That's a little mini astrology reading of Elizabeth Holmes' chart. Now we're going to look at her transits quickly. And we're going to see what's going on here. Let's look at her transits and check it out. So you're going to see, so what are we looking at right here? What's going on right now? So the jury's deliberating under Venus retrograde. So they're going to capitulate. And they're taking their sweet time. So, so what's going on? What's going on with her right now? So she has planets. You can see it's difficult for her. She has all this stuff, 25 degrees. This Capricorn stuff should be okay, not the worst, taking it easy. Right, but she has Venus going retrograde right there, high in her chart at 25 degrees. It doesn't really seem to affect too much in her chart as we're looking around. So this stuff that's affecting a lot of people in the world kind of passes her chart. Unless it hits a midpoint, which I don't have on this chart because obviously this is a mini reading on YouTube for you guys, not a private reading. Okay, so here we go. Okay, moving forward. Saturn is coming across, Saturn is beginning to make a pass to her sun. And that's going to take the light away from her. So, doesn't look good, guys. Saturn is crossing her sun. Her identity, how she looks. Saturn is going to make her hard, man. She's going to make her hard. It's going to make her cold, calculating. It could also make someone very a hard worker, very focused, and very much wants to go after their goals. But it's a transiting Saturn, and for the most part, wherever Saturn transits in your chart, it tends to take things away, and it's going to take her light away. So she's going to disappear for a while. So when Saturn crosses her sun, she's going to disappear for a while. So heads up on that. Having said that, as Jupiter cruises through, she's absolutely larger than life right now. Everybody sees her. I don't know what's going on. She might be gaining weight right now. Whatever. So, moving along. Unexpected things are absolutely going to happen in her travels. Right? Uranus is retrograde. She probably can't go anywhere. She's probably stuck. It's retrograde again. You're going to watch her communication is going to be way all over the place. Now watch this. We have one hell of a difficult angle coming in right now at 11 degrees. And this is what's really important. All right, Gabrielle, have a super, super, super amazing day. Merry Christmas, Gabrielle. We'll see you later. Check this out. So astrologically in the sky, Saturn at 11 degrees is totally square Uranus. And you guys have been seeing this over and over and over again. Astrologers have been talking about this since I was a kid because it's a financial astrology thing that we're taught to look at. And so anyways, it's happening right now. It's difficulty. Freedom and expression and being rebellious is definitely at odds with Saturn, which is that control and hard work. That's what you guys should be hearing from every astrologer on the planet right now. And, well, like who does predictive astrology. Anyways, that's what's happening. Now, it just so happens that in her chart, this little square right here is forming a massive and very dangerous T-square in her chart. Do you guys see that? This looks like the letter T. You guys get that? All right, so there we go. So this is pushing all the energy over there. This is a really difficult situation for her. I wasn't going to say this before, but looking at her chart, I will say it now. No, I don't know if I'm going to say it or not, but she's in tight situation. There might be a little possibility of suicide in this chart. And so be careful. I'll say it again. Sudden and unexpected things are going to happen. She's being controlled behind the scenes. People are definitely out to get her. Venus is retrograde behind the sun, so she has a helping hand in the past. I'm warning you guys, when Venus passes Pluto and then retrograde Venus drops down right here and lights up that Venus at 22 degrees with the other Venus Venus and Mercury, you have a possibility, you might have a possibility for a little bit of suicide, but you'll have to watch my video on suicide if you want to find out more about that. And that's the deal, guys. That's Elizabeth Holmes mini-astrology reading. Things look bad for her right now. Saturn's about to cross her. I didn't even look at things like Saturn square, right? Look at this. Saturn is square. Saturn, you know, when this Saturn, it's going to go 13 degrees, and then it's going to get to 16 degrees, and she's going to go through a Saturn square. It is one of the most difficult things you can go through. So she's going through a Saturn. It's going to change her life. I didn't even look at the nodes. How are the nodes doing? Oh, look, surprise, surprise. She just went through a node return. You guys see that? 29 degrees. The nodes travel in this direction here. She just went through her node return. She's going through a very big, difficult change and transition in her life right now. And it very much sucks. Soon, Mars is going to make an aspect. In a couple of days, oh my God, in a couple of days, next week, before New Year's, Mars is going to make an aspect to her South Node. Mars actually likes the South Node. When Mars makes an aspect to the South Node and Uranus, something sudden and unexpected is going to happen with her actions. So I don't know if she can take a plea deal or not or anything. Like, I don't know what she can do. I'm not a lawyer. I'm a psychic astrologer, but I think it looks very bad for her right now. It looks very bad for her right now. And this is where things are peaking. Saturn has to cross through, and when Saturn crosses over, it's going to make an aspect to her Sun. Saturn is also currently in a massive T-square with Uranus and Mars, her natal Mars. And soon Saturn is going to square her own Saturn. It's time for, she's coming out of a node return. It's a big change in life for her. Oh, and finally Mars is making that aspect. And I'm not even going crazy looking at all of the other stuff. It looks like a very difficult time for her. And she's in tough. And, I wish her the best. I didn't invest in her company. I wish her the best. And I wish the best for everyone else. But that's the deal with Elizabeth Holmes. I think there's a possibility for something unusual to happen in the next little while. I think 1, she might try and kill herself. 2, she might try and do some kind of plea bargain. Like, I don't know. It's too late. I don't know. I don't know what she's gonna do. But something unexpected is gonna happen, and that's a lock. Something unexpected, and the jury's gonna give a soft answer right now. And that's the action, guys. That's the mini reading on Elizabeth Holmes. Please share the video. Please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you want a personal reading. Hit the PayPal link in the description box below. And that's the action. All right. I wish everyone the absolute best of a super amazing day. We're going to go back to watching NORAD here on the Santa tracking right here.